Welcome to Poetry with Shing, where we uncover the beauty behind poetry. The poem of the week is The Center of the Universe by Paul Durcan. What is the poet's message? This poem is about giving and not taking. On the surface, the title may seem like something that has to do with selfishness, but upon closer inspection, we get the sense that there's another perspective to being the center of the universe. The poet, who is also the speaker, goes through a process during these 5 stanzas. At first, he's alone in the supermarket, and there's a little bit of self-love in this stanza as compared to the rest of the stanzas because he is the center of the universe, in the sense that he decides to pick what to buy. Yet, there's a repetition of "it does not matter," which amplifies his insecurities that he tries to hide by brushing them off. Those insecurities are his loneliness and other insecurities. So in a sense, he's trying to comfort himself that he is someone more important than the sum of his problems, like the sense that you don't let the problems get you down. Moving on, we see a refrain there, which is the part where it says, "But I'm always here if you want me, for I'm the center of the universe." Notice that there is a but in front of the refrain, unlike the rest of the refrains in the poem, which kind of suggests that despite his weaknesses of being a misfit in his job and other problems, he is still important and can still help others. This refrain could also be to boost his own confidence. Then we go on to the next stanza. Here he starts his comforting spree, and it's super early in the morning at 6 a.m., which shows his dedication. Yet all the while he is telling himself that he enjoys, takes pleasure in, comforting other people to comfort himself and convince himself that everything is fine. The first phone call is from LA, and the person could not stand LA and had to call the speaker. In a way, this is reflective of the speaker's own inner vulnerabilities. The speaker calmed him down as best as he could. Then, in the next stanza, the caller is from Brazil. Did you know that Sao Paulo actually has 12.8 million people? So this could suggest that the entire city is dead inside, and also kind of reflective of the speaker's inner feelings, as we will discover later in the poem. In the last phone call, the imagery of hysteria being a flower is conveyed because certain flowers bloom at certain times of the day, so he allows his feelings to unleash only at certain times of the day. Okay. The caller says New York City is a cage, so there's the idea of isolation and suffocation. This time, the speaker used only 1 or 2 words to calm her down, suggesting that he's already quite exhausted and done with comforting people. Notice that many of the complaints from the callers are actually a reflection of what the speaker thinks inside, yet the callers don't really know that. These feelings of isolation are quite surprising, as you won't expect all those people who come from densely populated cities like New York City to be lonely, but it's reflective of a first world problem. Also notice that these people are calling from all parts of the world, showing his broad friend group. Yet, in the last stanza, where there's a contrast as it is now nighttime, the speaker is very, very lonely and has no one to talk to. The imagery of sitting at the aluminium double-glazed window suggests that he is very dull, showing his gloomy state of mind from the dull color of aluminium, and the double-glazed window is much like protection, as he doesn't let anyone in and doesn't let anything out. The black t-shirt is also symbolic of sadness and hiding in the night, camouflaging in the night. The significance of those 4 places are that they are pretty exotic, and the last 2 are in Ireland itself. The 4 places that I'm talking about are Helsinki, Reykjavik, Chapelizod, or Malahide. So the exoticness of these 4 places shows his desperation for a friend, and also how broad the world is for him and how little and insignificant and vulnerable he is. Despite his weakness, he finds strength by calming himself down, and the last 2 lines of the stanza may be reflective of how those powerful people in the world today are possibly lonely inside, yet they must put a brave and strong front and not let all the insecurities show, and also reinforces the new perspective of what being in the center of the universe means. Overall, the speaker may be the center of the universe by giving more than taking, but at the same time, he is insignificant and small. Do you have another poem that you want to be analyzed? Comment the name of the poem and poet in the comments below. Thank you!